league, and the ratings are an embarrassment. They're a statement about how little interest there actually is in women's basketball beyond Caitlin Clark. The fact that they can't reach a CBA agreement and be confident that there's actually going to be a 2026 season of the WNBA because these idiots, Angel Reese and the rest, are like, oh man, if y'all not paying us $1 million, $2 million a season.
For the first time in WNBA history, the league didn't need excuses. Arenas were selling out. Television ratings were climbing. Merchandise was flying off shelves. And for the first time in decades, women's basketball felt unavoidable in the national conversation. At the center of it all stood Caitlin Clark, a rookie who didn't just bring attention to the league, she changed its gravity. But just as the WNBA reached what many believed was its golden era, something unexpected happened. The momentum stalled, the headlines shifted, and now, fans and analysts are asking a question that would have sounded unthinkable just months ago. Did the WNBA players themselves kill their own opportunity? And is the Caitlin Clark era already slipping away?
Nope, not good enough. We're not budging. We're not negotiating. The entire season is up for grabs. And here's how they got there. This group of women, delusional, allowed Nafisa Collier, whose husband and her and Breanna Stewart have started a rival league to the WNBA. They've allowed them to be the leaders of their negotiation for a new CBA agreement, collective bargaining agreement.
Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA carrying more pressure and attention than any player in league history. Her college career shattered viewership records, and wherever she played, ratings followed. Games featuring Clark consistently outperformed the rest of the league. Networks adjusted schedules. Arenas expanded seating. For the first time, the WNBA had a marketable star who could move numbers on her own. This wasn't just hype, it was measurable impact. And for a brief moment, it appeared the league had finally crossed into a new era of relevance.
Women, delusional, allowed Nafisa Collier, whose husband and her and Breanna Stewart have started a rival league to the WNBA. They've allowed them to be the leaders of their negotiation for a new CBA agreement, collective bargaining agreement in the WNBA. People that have started a competitor to the WNBA are leading the negotiations for a new WNBA contract. This is insanity and retardation that we have never seen.
But as the season progressed, an uncomfortable pattern emerged. Games without Caitlin Clark saw dramatic drops in viewership. Some broadcasts struggled to maintain even a fraction of the audience Clark attracted. Analysts began pointing out what league executives didn't want to say out loud. The interest surge wasn't evenly distributed, it was concentrated. Caitlin Clark wasn't just part of the growth. She was driving it, and that reality set the stage for what came next.
Let's replay Nafisa Collier when she was talking tough and everybody's applauding her. You go, girl. Kathy Engelbert, they're not paying you guys what you're worth, and we're not paying Caitlin Clark what she's worth.
Believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. I have the privilege of watching my husband run a league where he has to balance 100 different things at once. I won't pretend the job is easy, but even with all of that on his plate, he always takes the time to reach out to players when he sees an injury, whether it's unrivaled or even during the WNBA season. That is what leadership looks like. It's the human element. It's basic integrity, and it's the bare minimum any leader should embody.
As ratings debates heated up, collective bargaining negotiations moved into dangerous territory. Players pushed aggressively for massive salary increases, framing the issue as overdue justice rather than financial sustainability. Public statements became bolder. Deadlines grew closer. And for the first time, the possibility of a disrupted or delayed future season became real. Critics argued the demands ignored a basic truth. The WNBA, despite recent growth, still operates at a financial loss and remains subsidized by the NBA. Supporters of the players fired back, insisting growth should be rewarded, not delayed.
Built for this type of leadership. It's all feelings over facts. It's there's no logic here. Hey, just pay us what we want. I don't want to hear about paying us what's sustainable. Just pay us what we want. We feel like we're owed this amount of money. And we've convinced America that 23 and 24-year-old women coming out of college, that paying them $70,000, $80,000 a year for a 4-month job is...
Then came the most explosive revelation. Key figures involved in negotiating the WNBA's future were also connected to a rival women's basketball league. The optics were devastating. Critics labeled it a conflict of interest. Supporters called it innovation. But the perception was impossible to ignore. The idea that individuals tied to a competing league could influence WNBA negotiations sent shockwaves through fans and media alike. Trust eroded quickly, and what should have been a moment of unity turned into open suspicion.
Oh, well, you should have been a basketball player. Or these women are great basketball players, and they deserve more than that. No, they don't. I went into a profession that at the time, sports journalism, the newspaper industry, that was turning a profit. And they paid me $5 an hour. And I didn't complain. I thanked them. But the Bloomington Herald-Times was turning a profit. The WNBA loses millions of dollars a year. And these women, I got a 4-month job that pays me $75,000. I'm undervalued. I'm underappreciated. I've been mistreated. This is...
As commentary exploded across sports media, opinions hardened. Some voices accused players of overplaying their leverage. Others blamed league leadership for years of mismanagement that led to this standoff. Fans began choosing sides. Social media turned toxic. And somewhere in the middle of it all stood Caitlin Clark, largely silent, rarely political, and suddenly no longer the focal point of the league's optimism, but a symbol of what might be lost.
But she's nuts. And she's surrounded by other nuts that are confirming her nuttiness. She's going to sit here and preach. And again, I'm not a big defender of Kathy Engelberg because she's a nut too. But sitting there holding a press conference scolding them because your husband is the president of the unrivaled league and he's now smarter than her. And he knows more about what to do than her. Are you kidding me?
At the heart of this controversy lies a fundamental tension: growth versus sustainability, emotion versus economics, visibility versus profitability. The WNBA stands at a crossroads, caught between celebrating momentum and confronting limitations. The league's biggest star revealed its potential, but also its fragility. And that truth is uncomfortable for everyone involved.
It means just like, I don't really care about Caitlin Clark anymore because she's halfway crazy for not coming on air somewhere and saying the things that I'm saying. Hey man, y'all crazy. We better take this contract they offered us and be thankful, because it's all, from the private flights to the salaries we're getting paid, it's all charity. It's all welfare. And let's be appreciative. And then once we start making real money, then we'll go for the stupid superstar contracts like the NBA players have. But we're not there yet.
If negotiations collapse, the damage could last years. Sponsors hesitate. Fans disengage. Momentum disappears. If compromise is reached, the league may stabilize, but the illusion of endless leverage is gone. The Caitlin Clark era isn't over because of her play. It's threatened by decisions made around her.
So what this is all playing off of, how, you know, the people within the Wall Street or whatever, they caused the collapse that damaged all of us and cost all of us. It cost me a lot of money. I lost so much money on the house I had in Kansas City. Anyway, but here's Megan Rapinoe in her latest commercial begging for LeBron James to come over and play basketball in the WNBA and for Messi to come play soccer against her. But anyway.
You believe that you can do anything, and then the world tries to set limits for you.
Tell you what's allowed,
What's normal,
who you're supposed to be.
but on the field, the track, the court, here, you get to be exactly who you are.
Because at our core, we're still the kids who just want to play. The go big game changers.
The living, breathing fabric of this country.
Supporting trans youth isn't just about sports.
It's about freedom.
On and off the field.
It's more.
Megan Rapinoe has teamed up with the ACLU to promote the whole transgender deal. And if you listen to that commercial, and for those...
Caitlin Clark gave the WNBA a window it may never get again. Attention is fleeting. Audiences move on. Opportunities close faster than they open. The question now isn't whether the league can grow, but whether it understands what made growth possible in the first place. Because golden opportunities don't come twice. And once they're gone, no amount of negotiation can bring them back.